The Jeep Compass we've all been waiting for is finally here. The Trailhawk. Highlights include a BS6 compliant engine, 9-speed automatic gearbox, and that little badge, Trail rated 4x4. Now Jeep don't just go handing out that badge to any car. So here's 5 things you need to know about the Jeep Compass Trailhawk. So the Trailhawk has gone through quite a bit to get this little badge here. And that included a certification process that looked at 5 aspects of off-roading: ground clearance, traction, maneuverability, articulation, and its water wading ability. And only once it passed all those tests have Jeep given it the Trail rated 4x4 badge. So let's take a closer look at the changes that the Compass has undergone to help it get its Trail Ready certification. And let's start at the front with the bumpers. Jeep has shaved off both the front and rear bumpers of the Trailhawk to give it better approach and departure angles. Its ground clearance has also risen by 27 mm. Water wading depth has increased to 480 mm, and this has been made possible by rerouting the breather snorkel to a higher position than before. The underbody also has new skid plates in 4 places to protect the body of the Compass from rocks. The 9-speed automatic is also central to the off-roading ability of the Compass. It features a very short first gear, and that gives the Compass the grunt it needs to excel off-road. Other additions include a hill descent control, rock mode, the 4-wheel lock mode, and a 4-wheel drive low mode that locks the transmission in first gear and restricts speeds to 10 km/h. So what else has changed with the Jeep Compass Trailhawk? Well, you'd be hard pressed to recognize one on the roads, but one of the distinguishing features is on the 7-slat grille, where you have these matte black accents instead of the chrome ones on the other Compass variants. And if you have a really keen eye, you'll notice the redesign of the front bumper as well. Another change is this matte black decal on the hood. Jeep says it's to cut down glare, but we think they did it just to make it look a little cooler. Moving to the side, and the only change is these 17-inch alloys compared to the 18 inches in the Limited Plus variant. And this tyre wheel combination has been specifically chosen for the Trailhawk to improve its off-road abilities. So the rim is narrower than normal to allow the tyre walls to bulge out and protect the alloys. And these Falcon tyres have also been specifically designed keeping in mind off-road grip over various surface conditions. Moving to the rear, and you have the Trailhawk badging on the right along with the Jeep logo and of course the revised bumper. On the inside, the Trailhawk features a few more changes. So you get these Trailhawk badging on the seat with this red stitching as well. You get red accents around the gear knob, around the driver's information display, and around the speakers. Other changes include the 8.4-inch touchscreen, which we also saw in the Limited Plus, and the dual-pane sunroof. The driver's information screen has also been updated, and it now shows additional information like engine temperature, oil temperature, transmission temperature, and even the level of AdBlue in the AdBlue tank. Another welcome feature is cruise control, and it now finally fills up the blanks on the steering wheel. But there are some features missing too, like the electric seat adjust with memory function for the driver's seat that we saw in the Limited Plus, and we're also missing auto headlamps and auto wipers. So let's get to the fun bit, driving the Jeep Compass Trailhawk off-road. And yes, we have taken the Compass 4x4, the standard version, off-road before. And while that was quite capable, one of the things we felt was that slightly held it back in terms of really going far off the beaten path was the fact that it didn't have a low ratio. And a low ratio allows you to climb over steeper obstacles and get through really bad terrain much easier with less stress on the machine and on the engine. That first gear of the 9-speed automatic is a super low ratio, 20:1 actually, and that gives this ability to overcome fairly steep obstacles. One of the other features of the Jeep Compass Trailhawk is the 4-wheel drive lock mode, and what that does is lock the transmission in just first gear. That gives you a top speed of around about 10 km/h, but it gives you the best drive over the worst possible obstacles. And another new feature with the Jeep Compass Trailhawk is the rock mode. And what that allows you to do is transfer more power to the rear axle, and that driving force from the rear wheels allows the front to lift over obstacles like rocks and really steep inclines. Now that we're on tarmac, let's talk about that engine. And under the Trailhawk, you have the same 2-liter multi-jet diesel, but this one is BS6 compliant. And what's more, it will run on BS4 fuel until the BS6 fuel is available later on. Another addition to the Trailhawk is an AdBlue tank. It's about 13 liters in capacity. Jeep says it lasts for about 7,000 to 9,000 kilometers, and that really helps in cleaning up the emissions and helping it pass the BS6 norms. And that brings us to the 9-speed gearbox. It's made by ZF, and we have driven it before in cars like the CR-V or the Range Rover Evoque. And similar to that, it is a very nice, smooth transmission when you drive in an unhurried manner. But if you're driving through a twisty road, or if you need quick acceleration on the highway and you hit the gas pedal, it does sometimes take a second to respond. What is different in this car though, is that on the road like we're driving right now, it's only limited to the top 8 gears. And like we said before, the first gear is limited to 4-wheel drive low mode, and that's only for off-road and climbing up big obstacles or over rocks. So with our experience on the trails today with the Trailhawk, we can tell you one thing. It is quite a capable off-road machine. From that ground clearance, the approach and departure angles, the changes to that 4x4 drivetrain, and that low ratio mode, it has made a big difference to how far the Trailhawk can go off-road. But is it that automatic option that some of you did want from the diesel Compass? Well, at 28 lakhs on-road, which is what we expect the Trailhawk to be priced at, it is banking a lot on its off-road capabilities to appeal to the enthusiast. If you want to go off-road, travel around the subcontinent, and just go on long drives and have an adventure, then this really makes a good option. But if you're looking for something that's more of an appealing solution in the city, and you don't go out too much, and you're looking for that convenience of an automatic, well, there are better automatic solutions out there. But if you're okay to wait a bit, Jeep say they are exploring adding that 9-speed automatic to the rest of the diesel Compass lineup. And that could be something really worth waiting for.